Another meeting on Syria in the Kazakh capital Astana, a negotiating track shaped by Russia, Iran and Turkey. It has become a forum for the main power brokers in the Syrian conflict who use their influence over the warring sides to make deals. The latest was a prisoner exchange between the Syrian government and the opposition. It's hoped that the detainees file will see progress during the talks. But they haven't been as effective when tackling the main political issues supposed to be resolved in the Geneva-based UN-led process.
So you're having so many players involved, and just having one sort of side or part of the actors in there isn't enough to come to some sort of comprehensive peace or deal.
There was an attempt to expand the Astana format to include members of the so-called small group during a meeting in Istanbul last month. Russia and Turkey brought the leaders of France and Germany to the table, but there was no commitment for a second summit. Instead, the Europeans insisted a UN committee should start work on rewriting the Syrian constitution before the end of the year.
I believe that it will not be possible till to the end of December 2018, because we have only 1 month, and so far they didn't achieve any issue for building a constitutional committee inside Syria.
But Russia is believed to be pushing for some kind of achievement that it can sell to the West. Damascus has so far refused to cooperate with UN-led diplomatic efforts. President Vladimir Putin sent his special envoy Alexander Lavrentiev to Damascus, reportedly to remove obstacles in the way of forming the committee. For the Kremlin, Astana is where breakthroughs in Russian diplomacy must be made. An agreement on a constitutional committee would be just that. It will, however, need the backing of the United Nations. The UN says it must be credible, inclusive and balanced. Its special envoy, Staffan de Mistura, is here in what appears to be his last diplomatic mission before leaving office. Creating the committee may be the easy part. The opposition, which now has little leverage, wants a new constitution that will curtail presidential powers and lead to free elections. The Syrian government says the committee's task is to review the existing charter, not come up with a new one.
It's quite clear that they're not going to negotiate away their grip on political power. They're not going to give that up. What the Syrian leadership is prepared to give is not going to be enough for players like Germany, like the US.
The West wants Damascus to first engage in the UN political process before it discusses money for reconstruction. Russia wants to move to the post-war stage, but it knows concessions will have to be made. Zeina, Khodr, Al Jazeera, Astana.